All right, so what are we doing today? Simple as this is a guide video, but in the title, the guide is in quotation marks. And why is that? That's pretty simple. That's because in this video, instead of telling you what operators to take, where to place the operators, and what skills to run and like when to trigger skills, I'm going to try to use one of my runs to hopefully give you some ideas, help you maybe like formulate a strategy in your head. So instead of just going and doing it, you've got the knowledge and information you need to beat it yourself, because it is very rewarding beating it yourself. If you want to use a guide too, that's fine. So for this, not really a guide, we're going to be taking a look at my clear of an EX-8. I did it with, what is this, fucking 8 operators, which, you know, nothing spectacular, especially not the operators I'm using, but it's something I'm a little bit proud of. And we're going to be trying to go over the map, go over all that stuff just to really make sense of what's going on here. So before we even start talking about the operators I'm using, we should talk about the event itself. Every event has its gimmicks. Some events have certain enemy gimmicks. Some events have tile gimmicks. Some events have throw bodies at you gimmicks. And while this event does have the tile gimmicks, its big thing really is just throw bodies at you quickly so you don't have enough time to generate enough DP to just bring in the firing squad. So to counter that, I'm taking Mountain. And that is, honestly, Mountain is just a better Vanguard. He doesn't generate DP, but he heals himself and he hits hard. Great. So I'm going to be using him to clear out this first wave. You'll see there's a ton of enemies that come in from the top. Then I'm taking Fang the Fire Sharpened because, simply put, I didn't want to use limiteds, and she is my favorite fast redeploy. Not really a fast redeploy. Her job is killing a single infinite ranged enemy up in the top so I don't have to deal with him. After her, we've got Calcit. Calcit is there for the true damage from monster skill 3. There's a lot of shielding on this map, and just going right through that is very funny. Then we've got Heavy Rain for moral support, and I love her skin. We have Narantuya because she's new, and it's more likely that you're going to have her. Same thing with Logos. You might have joined during the Wizardel banner. Got Logos. Same thing with Ulpianus. Any number of tanks can deal with this boss's damage, especially if you've got Nightingale, which, by the way, if you're going to take anybody, you can replace Mountain with 2 Vanguards. You can replace Fang with any number of fast redeploys. You can replace Calcit with just another tank, and you can leave like the big damage for your ranged operators. Nightingale is the linchpin, honestly. She trivializes him and makes his damage basically not worth anything. A skill 3 Nightingale cripples the man. So now that we talked about the operators and we talked about just the gist of the map, let's actually get into the clear so that we can extrapolate some things and hopefully you can learn some stuff. So, the Uncrowned King and the Pilgrim. Alright, starting off, we've got Fang being dropped immediately up in the top so that she can get rid of that ranged guy, and Mountain being dropped right in front of the point. Like I said, as you can see from the top, this map really does love just throwing stuff at you. Now 3 doesn't seem that bad, but then they start overlapping really quickly. As you can see, that guy just came in, he's overlapping, so now we got 4 on the way. That's 3 dead. Very quickly it could overwhelm your early operators, especially if you just chuck down a Myrtle. So with the boss's gimmick and the way he works is he drops 3 AoE bombs on your allies, on your last placed allies. So on top of, I just dropped my chapstick, I should put that away. On top of the infinite ranged enemies, it is imperative during this map that you abuse the targeting system of Arcanites, which I talked about in my new player guide, but just again, the last placed operator is the operator that's going to get targeted. So as you can see, I'm dumping my Logos down. I'm getting all of my ranged operators down first, so that then when I put down my Ulpianus, my Monster, my Heavy Rain, those are the people he attacks. So you can see I'm putting Calcit down. Same thing. Calcit spawns Monster. She's really cool. If you have the chance to use her, I love her. And now we're going to chuck down monster, just extra bodies to block. Before we even worry about the boss, the first 37 enemies come quick and they are obnoxious. So worry about them first and just tank the hits from the boss. You can see that my Calcid is able to tank it with Nightingale's help. If you've got like a Phalanx caster or something like that, or even you choose to put a defender down nearby him so he targets them instead, all of that is fine. Just worry about the enemies first. You don't need to finish the boss immediately. So you can see he's just charging up his attack, and this is his big 3 bomb attack. I'm retreating Mountain so I can place Ulpianus, because Ulpianus Mountain's going to be needed somewhere else later. And now we're pretty much just waiting to clear through this enemy, but you can see there's like 12 guys coming. And so we're just going to need... This is honestly... Narantuya is incredible for this. Her entire thing is kind of just, at least on skill 1, it's just murdering low health enemies, so that's really helpful. But you can see now, all of his missiles target my 3 operators in the middle. And sure, they do splash damage to my ranged operators, but nobody's taking 3 instances of damage from this guy, so nobody's going to die. The only person taking 3 instances of damage is Ulpianus, and he has like 6k HP, so he's fine. Narantuya is good enough to be able to tank 2 hits, so that's why she's the one that's put in that little corner with Heavy Rain and Monster flanking her. And half the time she dodges anyways. She's incredible. She's really fun. Pepe is cute. Narantuya is hot and fun. Pepe is kind of whatever. I don't even... Her archetype is weird. I don't really like it. The only bad part about the Babel event was that archetype. But yeah, now pretty much... So the reason that I haven't just killed the boss yet is because I don't want him walking around this entire corner, being able to build up his shield, and being able to chuck down his big bomb of damage, because his bomb does do more damage on his second phase. He takes damage from green tiles, so if you're able to use the totem to shoot some of the green tiles, it'll lower the damage. But like I said, our sweetie pie Telopsis, our sweetie pie Nightingale is going to be able to negate that. He also takes less damage if he's standing on a green tile, so you'll see here in a second. I'm going to use the little fake gems to make it so that he is always standing on a fake gem and doesn't get the extra damage dealt to him. That's something you'll see now here. He's stepping on, and now he's got those like little, I don't know, those like light prisms floating around him. We don't want that happening. Plain and simple. Simple as day. So you'll see here I'm chucking down a totem, or I'm not. I am, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. I'm watching the recording of this, the same recording you're going to be seeing. Here we go. Yeah, no. So I chucked that down and chucked that here. Because, like, I'm already dumb as hell. I can't multitask. And, oh, like, I could, but I wouldn't be able to do this and give you decent sounding, like, decent content at the same time, you know? These little flying bastards don't even count as enemies. That's really obnoxious. And, they destroyed my green tile, so now I gotta chuck down another one. So you'll see here, I'm going to use the, I believe, yeah. I'm going to use this prism up here in the top left to cut that off so I can place mountains so we can stop 2 infinite range guys from coming in and wrecking my day and making my life really sad. So now that animation where he pulls in from the gems can apply to both his abilities. It's taking a bunch of HP for his shield, and it is taking a bunch of damage from his... What is that placement? I don't know what that placement was. But you can see here I've got Nightingale charged up, and normally this attack that he does is enough to kill Hoshiguma in the center. Like, I tried using Hoshiguma instead of Ulpianus, but that attack is enough to kill her, and he just ate it like nobody's business, because she gave him, I think, the arts dodge, And then also, of course, the 35 or whatever it is res increase. She is incredible for this. And now his shield's down, so we are going to shred him. Simple as. That's why you can just wait on bosses. You don't need to be super proactive. If you can tank them, it's better to tank them and let them just die when they can die. Especially with him where he has that shield that I think times out. I don't even think I actually was able to kill it. I think it just timed out. Now the rest of the stage is free. So, to go over it again, a few things to take out of this. First off, you don't need to focus on the boss. Almost always it's better to clear out the other enemies and stall the boss. Find that linchpin in your strategies. For me it was Nightingale. I was trying this with Lumen, but it just wasn't working. So I pulled out Nightingale and it made it super easy. Keep your eye on targeting in this map. So targeting as in like last operator placed type stuff. And then honestly, biggest thing, don't give up. It took me like, I don't know, an embarrassing amount of time to figure out just to use Nightingale. All right. Awesome. So, I hope you learned something from that. I'm going to probably make some of these on every single one of the super hard stages. Most of these stages, honestly, in the EX they weren't compelling enough for me to make this for them. So it was just the boss in this case. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the, algorithm shit on the last two videos. You guys are incredible. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Tell your mother you love her.